Hello, so this question is split array into consecutive subsequences. So, all right, you can go through the example. Go through the description yourself. I'm going to jump into the example and solution. So, what you need to do is you want to use all of the value in a nums array, and then you want to make sure this nums array can split into subsequent array, right? And it has to be continuous, right? So, for example, 1, 2, 3 can combine into a subsequence of length of 3, the minimum length of 3. 3, 4, 5, you can combine into another one. So this will be a true value when you return. And example 2, so this is 1, 2, 3, minimum length of 3, but since you can still concatenate 4 and 5 using one of them, like 4 and 5, because 4 has 2 and then 5 has 2 as well, right? So you can use one of them and then you're going to combine. So this will be what? A subsequence, right? Um, and then the other subarray is going to be 3, 4, 5. All right. So the idea is you want to traverse all of the value and then make sure the frequency, you have a frequency map. So once you have a frequency map, you can easily tell is your current nums in the frequency map plus 1 and num plus 1, num plus 2 have the value in the frequency map. If you do, you can concatenate, right? Because initially the current traversal you have num, right? And you're using this num to check does your num plus 1 in a map, does num plus 2 in a map. If you do, you want to store this subarray, which is a subsequence, into a length of 3 map. So this will be what? So you want to store this into the appended map. I'm going to call appended map. And then the last value in this subarray is going to be num plus 2, right? You don't care about the nums anymore because if you want to keep using the appended map, you want to starting from, just for example, num equal to 1, num plus 1 equal to 2, num plus 2 equal to 3. All right, I'm going to change color over here. So in order to continue the subarray, the minimum length of 3 subsequence array, you want to say I have 4. I want to add 4 into the subsequence, right? So if you do, you want to make sure that appended map has the value of 3. So when you check the next value for subsequence, you want to know, oh, I can, map this guy into my subsequences, right? So I will update the appended map from 3 to 4. So now I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4 subsequences in my appended map. Definitely there are 5, right? So imagine that you still traverse and then you say 5, and then you check your appended map. Is your appended map when you check, you want to make sure the value in the appended map can connect to the value you traverse. So 4 and 5, yeah, definitely the difference is 1, right? So you will combine them and then basically update it to 5. So if you have 6 in the nums array, you can continue working on it. But if you don't, then ignore it. All right. So there are 2 maps you want to follow. Let's look at the solution. It's kind of tricky, but let's look at it. All right. This solution didn't ask you to return how many subsequence. It's just true and false. Okay. So if you want to return the subsequences, it's a little bit difficult for sure, but it's not in this solution. All right. Hash map for the key and the value are integer. So I'm going to say frequency map, new hash map. Wait, sorry. And then this will be appended, equal new hash map. All right, so I want to traverse a nums array. Frequency will just keep adding, right? So frequency dot put the nums, and then basically if you don't have this value in the frequency map, you want to reset to 0, get a default num 0 plus 1, right? You append it, you increment. You want to traverse from the beginning again. In this situation, if a frequency does not have the value of num, which is what? 0, because every single iteration you use it, right? So let me just update this guy. So every single iteration you use it. So if at some point the frequency, the num in the frequency map is equal to 0, you want to say, oh, I don't care. You want to continue, check everything else. Okay. So if the appended, so you check appended map first before you want to combine into minimum 3 length of 3 subarray. So I'm going to say this will be easier. So check appended map for continuous then continuous subsequences. All right, so this will be the if statement. All right, else if, this is easier because if the frequency dot get or default num plus 1 is greater than 0, right? And also num plus 2 greater than 0. So if this is the case, you know this is a subsequences occurring, right? So 1, so imagine num equal to 1, num plus 1 equal to 2, num plus 2 equal to 3. So 1, 2, 3 is a subsequence, right? So get or default contain 2 arguments. So basically this is a safety way to catch if you don't have this value in a frequency map. You want to just ignore it because you get 0, right? So if this is greater than 0, what you need to do is you want to decrement basically, let me just copy paste. Basically you want to decrement num plus 1 inside the frequency map, right? Num plus 2 inside the frequency map. All right. So once we check, this is the subsequences in the if statement, you want to append the value in the, we want to append the length of 3 into the appended map. So it will become, so the last value is num plus 2, right? And then you want to make sure if your appended map, just for example, if you have 3 in the appended map and then you add another one, then you want to just increment by 1. So for example, the array is 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So it's a subsequences, right? So you add 3 into the appended map. But on the next traversal, you have 1, 2, 3 again. This is also a subsequences, right? So you want to just keep adding, keep incrementing. So you cannot set this equal to 1. You want to know how many value in the appended map first. Default num plus 2, 0, increment by 1. All right. So if you check your appended map and then also you check the combination of the subsequence array, and then if you cannot find anything, which means you want to return false because you are not able to concatenate, right? So for example, 1, 2, 3, this is the subsequences, but at some point you are not going to, fill out all of the nums array in a subsequence array, so you want to return false at the end. Let's look at this. Definitely return true at the end. Let's look at this. So for example, the nums equal to 4, right?
So imagine nums equal to 4. Maybe this will be easier. And then I have 3 in my appended map, right? I just said it, not in the example. So you want to make sure when you traverse the fourth, the value 4, you want to say append get or d4. So it has to be what? So 4 minus 1 equals to 3 is in the appended map. Then you want to do one thing. First thing is you want to remove the 3, update the 4, right? So append it, that put now minus 1, and then you want to know how many subarray in the appended map. So you want to use get now minus 1, and then definitely you delete it is minus 1, right? And then you want to add it, the 4, the continuous subarray into the appended map. So get or d4 num 0 plus 1. So in this solution, you want to make sure you use get or d4, not just get, because you throw the exception if you do that. So this will be pretty much solution. Let me run it. Definitely there is some frequent. Do I have typo all the way? All right, yeah. So this will be the solution. It takes a little bit time to actually explain, but you should be able to understand at the end of the video. So for the time and space is this guy. So it should be at most all of n at most. Like, because you can have all different value in a nums array, and then you add every single value in the frequency map, right? And then definitely time, definitely all of n. Space is all of n. All right. So I'll see you later. So bye.